Good morning. Got a little technical difficulty, I see, but it's okay. We're here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. There we go. There's my theme music. Where are my background singers? How are we doing today? It feels good to see you. It does, it does. Hello, hello, hello. We are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is the first day of January in 2018. Not only is it the first day of a new year, it's a new cycle, all of that good stuff. This is also the launch of the latest season of Wake Up with WBM. For those of you that don't know, I am William Bryant Miles, but you can call me WBM. And we are here waking up, getting ready to talk and have a lot of fun. I'm ready. I hope you guys are ready. It's been a long time since we've been together, so I'm really excited to be back with all of you. If you can't tell, we've got new digs. We are still loading in. We are still getting set up, but I was like, I have to be here with my friends. So we are here, but as the season progresses, so shall this space. It's gonna be wonderful. We're gonna get new cameras. Trevor's no longer with the company, for all of you who remember Trevor. He has moved on to other great things, and we're very excited for him, but he's not with us, so we have some new team members that we'll introduce a little bit later, but right now, it's all about me and you, which means we. All right, so first things first, I'm just so excited to be back here. I feel like I want to recap the whole year that we missed, or well, it wasn't the year, but you know, the months that we missed together, but I won't do that. I'll just jump right in with New Year's. This actually, it was the first time in a long time that I didn't do anything on New Year's Eve. I actually slept. That wasn't my intention. I intended to like be awake and present and, you know, document my mind, my thoughts, and journal in the new year. And I went to brunch with a friend, and that wasn't the universe's plan. And I was asleep, good and sleep by, I probably was in bed by like 8 o'clock, to be honest with you kids. But I was good and asleep, and so I didn't get to do all that emo journaling stuff. I'll do that after the show goes down today. But what I did get to do was get some beauty rest. I think I look fresh. But what did you guys do? You know, this year, November and December, the holiday season, like from Thanksgiving all the way through, I just experienced some major losses personally, and I just wasn't in the mood to party. And also I was like, you know what? I need to just be settled. Be ye settled. Like, I'm kind of excited that today I didn't wake up, you know, hungover and out of it and like, like, you know, I really feel ready to take on this year, which I think is going to be a really, really exciting one. At least that's what I'm banking on. It better be. But how did you guys spend New Year's? Did anybody do anything really fun? I saw on Snap that, you know, people had on sparkly dresses and they went to parties and stuff. But did anybody do anything particularly exceptional? I know some of y'all are in foreign countries. I know that's what the people like to do these days. They like to travel. But share it in the comments if you did something that you really think is just worthwhile. Or I know some people went to church. I met a couple on the train last night when I was riding home. Well, it was like in the evening, and they were going to dinner and then going to church, which I just thought was such a cute thing. You know, but that wasn't my journey. That wasn't my walk today. So, Now, one thing that I did catch, because I woke up at like 1 a.m., so I guess I could have just like acted like I was in California and created a whole like metaphysical representation. Wouldn't have been metaphysical, but you know, representation of why I was having my new year at 1 a.m., but I didn't do that. Instead, I just watched Mariah Carey's performance. Now, this is the thing about Mariah Carey's performance. Before we get into what happened, I just want to highlight why I fucking fucks with Mimi, because Miss Thing, like, first of all, you know you're a baddie. You know that you are like an icon when you can do that, what happened last year, and get invited back, right? Like, that already says that that's the level that you're at. Because most people go through that. It's like, girl, you had your chance. We're good. But the thing about it is, with Mariah, what I really appreciate and like really deconstructing it in the lead up, because everyone was like, oh, it's going to be a mess. I can't believe they gave her another chance. It was like, she knew that she could not lose going out there last night. Because if she was bad, right, like if it was what it was before, people would have just been like, oh, Mariah gonna Mariah. And we would have been like, we've seen it, it's fine, she's washed, Mariah is gonna just give us what we came for. And then if she was great, it was gonna be like, well, Mariah is back and it's great. So there really was no way that she could lose. That being said, I still didn't know, what was gonna happen before it started. So we all waited with bated breath, and then I was asleep, but then I watched the clip. And first of all, I read a review on people.com talking about she sang So Faithfully. So I was like, what the hell song is So Faithfully? I'm thinking it's a new song. Those People Are Dumb. She sang Vision of Love. And I'm sorry, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but to me, Mariah Carey killed it. I think that Mariah Carey did exactly what she was supposed to do. For all of you that are in the Northeast right now, you know how fucking cold it was last night. So even to get out there, like you see the pianist, I couldn't tell if it was Big Jim or not, but I think it was. But you see him like bundled up, breath all, I don't know how he was playing the piano in that weather. The background vocalists, they all are out there. Even with heat lamps and all that stuff, it was still really, really cold. And Miss Thing sang that first song, she went for it. Now, I will say there were a couple of sticky points. There's one part in the song, the big note. And this is why I love Mariah, though, because she worked it out where I think that she just forgot what note it was or where she wanted to go. And so she took a little breath, but she got back in the key and she did what she needed to do. And then Hero... But I gotta be honest, I'm not 100% convinced that she was singing Hero live. And the only reason why I'm not is because the end of that song, Mother, sounded good. She sounded strong. She was giving you alternate runs that were not just, sometimes Mariah Carey can get a little, like her runs aren't smooth anymore. They're very like, like just very elementary. But I felt like that end of Hero, even though that song stresses me out, but I was like, she sounded really good. So for me, Mariah Carey, I think it was an A, you know what I mean? The T comment, I know some people on the internets were mad that she was asking for the T or something like that. But again, y'all don't know what they promised this lady. They said that she could have some tea, but I guess she couldn't. Maybe it was not enough time or whatever. But I just feel like Mariah Carey got out there and she did it and she proved to the children why she is an icon and why she's a legend forever and always. And the people that did not enjoy her performance, that's fine. I think everyone's entitled to like what they like and don't like what they don't like. But I really want you to ask yourselves, what are you expecting from her? Is it too much? Are you expecting too much of her? And do you do that of yourself, right? Do you expect, like Mariah Carey she only talked about age, but Mother is knocking at 50. And even when she was in her prime, the stuff she was doing was like borderline superhuman. And I feel like we need to look at the Mariahs and the Whitneys of the world and maybe be a little kinder to these divas as they mature and accept that their instruments aren't going to do what it used to do back when they were, 10, 20, 30 years old. Even Celine Dion, her, you start to hear the maturation is what I'm going to call it. The maturation of the body. And I think that that's okay. I think that is totally, totally okay. But what did y'all think about Mariah Carey's performance? Did y'all have any thoughts? Did y'all see it? She also looked good. I was happy that she wasn't wearing a bodysuit. Can we talk about that? Like, she looked like, it was like, I get that you always, Mariah Carey's gonna Mariah, and Mariah's gonna carry, and she's gonna have on, something that is just like super sexy. But I love that it was a full-length gown. She's got new management. So I'm really, really, really looking forward. I think 2018 could be a really good year for Mariah, and I'm looking forward to it. It's always gonna come down to the music, about like, is it out there and is it good? But she's got new management, and I think that there's an opportunity for her to be really strong. Well, Sydney, you said you missed Mariah's performance, but it's on the internet, it's out there. So I would recommend after the show goes down that you watch it, and you can always come back and comment, and we'll be happy to discuss then. So that's what Mariah, the New Year's. So it is a new year, and everybody did like their top 9, and on Instagram, which I did. Instagram chose some pictures for me. I was happy with the top 9 they chose. I mean, I guess you kind of know what's coming because you know what people have been liking. And then people were counting down their top 10 moments of the year. Now, I didn't do that because I just haven't taken the time to reflect on the year in total, which I probably should have done. But I see you guys had some comments here. Oh, Nicholas said there are too many divas. We going back to Mariah real quick. Roxanne said Mariah needs to give it up, and Nicholas seems to agree. And he said there are too many divas who have shown us how to age well, performance-wise. So this is the thing. I'm just gonna back it up back to them because I see their comments coming in. I agree, right? Because the whole time I was talking about that, there's the Patties and the Aretha's, well, the Patties and the Patties and the Gladys Knights and Diana Rosses, right? Who have aged very well. They've maintained their instruments, all of that stuff. They sound great. They look great. You know, they're age appropriate, et cetera, whatever that means. I agree. And I'm not saying that there isn't one way to be super fabulous, but I also think that, like, look at who they were when they were younger and look at what they presented in their youth. So, like, the way Tina Turner aged and the performance she gives me now is still reflective of the performances she gave me when she was young. Like, I feel like the performances that Mariah is given when Mariah was 20, when she was performing, you know, she was vocally amazing, but she wasn't giving you a whole lot. Like, I don't know. I don't know that she's so far off, except that the instrument doesn't hold up. And so maybe the lesson also is the other way too, right? Like, folks got to make sure that if all you got is the instrument, then you got to protect the instrument, because once that goes, it's done. Some of these other divas had a little more stage presence, a little more stage show, a little more showmanship that they can hold on to. And then, oh Lord, even Tony still got it. Tony does not still have it. Can we talk about that? I'm glad you brought it up. I'm a Toni Braxton fan, right? I've enjoyed a lot of her music. I love a good baritone. I enjoy her and respect her place in history. But that performance, I believe it was the Soul Train Awards that she was honored at just a little while ago. And they did the Trey Songz did it was Trey Songz, Jessie J, and somebody else. They did a presentation. I mean, not Trey Songz. What's his name? Oh my gosh. I can't think right now, but not Trey Songz. But they honored Toni Braxton. Trey Songz honored somewhere else. She was not good. Like, it was not good. And we need to stop lying to ourselves about that. And I know that Toni had some very specific health challenges, but like Toni Braxton, what I don't think Toni Braxton is doing a good job of is creating a show that speaks to her current capacity. Because right now, Mother Toni can barely get the notes out. You know, she's... And it's like, I get that maybe you're hard or whatever the challenges are. I don't know what they are. But it's like, when sit your ass down on the stool. Stop trying to give me the shimmy. Like, I just don't think that her shows and sets are being constructed in a way that really supports where she is right now. And so I think Toni Braxton and Mariah Carey are very much on par with each other, to be honest. Saw her live maybe 2 years ago for her free summer concert in BK, and she was great. Luke James is who it was. Thank you, Ebony. Yes, it was Luke James' little cute self. Okay, well, I didn't see her 2 years ago, right? You know, so I can't speak on what she did 2 years ago, but I can speak on what she did on that award show, and it was not very good to me. But that's okay, because she too is knocking at 50. She lip sync a lot and has certain notes she can still hold, and that's it. Miss Toni is finished. Roxanne is coming for the kids. She said, Miss Toni is finished, honey. Go lay up with Birdman. I don't understand why you won't say that she's on par with Mariah, Sydney. Like, I think that it's absolutely evident. Like, I think that they could, I don't know. I think that they are together. If they work with some people who, and this is what I'm excited about Mariah having new management, is that if they work with some people who really understand them, they can create a show that exploits their strengths and masks their weaknesses. And I think they will both be able to create really fabulous shows, because they do still have some things there. Like, Mariah, stop going for the top notes. Like, I think we need to just accept that you're an alto now, and that's okay. And we need to get you a nice little young background singer who can do all the whistles and all of that stuff so that we hear it, but we know that, like, Mariah's just going to give us a nice, full, chesty sound. Toni Braxton is just going to be sitting in a chair that rotates, you know, and it comes up and down, and it rotates, and it's lights, because I think that her with the moving and the singing is maybe asking more than she can give us at this time, and that's okay. You know, it's just like those things that we need to just be honest with ourselves about. But yeah, so that's what I got on them, you know, But this conversation about divas also highlights something that's going to be coming up later this season. We're going to have a tournament of divas where we look at divas throughout the generations and put them head to head and see who we can crown the winner. Isn't that going to be fun? I think it is. I think it is. I think it is. But people don't want to see people sit the whole performance. Tony, it's over. But this is what I'm saying though, right? Like, I'd rather see you sit and kill it than walk around and sound a mess. Like, that's me. Maybe I'm different. And I think that also in 2018, there are things that we can do with chairs and limited movement and other things happening around you that don't make people feel like they just watch you sit down, right? Like, there's ways to make it work. I mean, Liberace sat his whole performance, all he did is play piano. You know what I mean? People work it out. But they had a whole lot of other shit going on around it. So that's what we had with Mariah and the divas that y'all just making everybody washed. If you're just joining us, we are so grateful to have you here. We're catching up on New Year's Eve. We talked about Mariah Carey. We're about to talk about resolutions and the year's best and what we have in store for 2018. So thank you for joining us here at Wake Up with WBM. So, and as Kurt pointed out, I'm sitting now and everybody is enjoying it. At least I hope they are. If not, it's going to happen soon, the enjoyment. So I didn't do, as I was saying with the resolutions and everything, I didn't do a whole lot of, I did not do the top 9, or I didn't post a picture yet. Is it too late for me to post it? But I have it on my phone. I just didn't post it. It can come up with a clever caption. I didn't do my year's best 10 yet, which I guess, is it too late to do that? But some things that we could talk about now that are, I think that were exciting moments. You know, one thing I do think we need to do more of collectively in 2018 is reflect and celebrate ourselves. And I think when you hang around excellent people, which I like to think I do, sometimes it can be challenging to remember your own successes and to celebrate them because, one, you might be, comparing them either with other people's accomplishments or even with your own accomplishments or your own goals. And so it's like, if you want to climb Mount Everest, you only get halfway. You feel like, I'm a failure. I haven't even, I'm only halfway climbed this mountain, when it's like half of Mount Everest is taller than many mountain peaks that most people will see. That's not to say that you should have a party on that mountain and feel like you're finished. You're not. But you can celebrate yourself and say, you know what? I am halfway there and I'm a lot further than I was. So that's something I definitely want to do more of this year. And so maybe I should have reflected and throughout the year. Like, we don't have to wait until we get a nice little social media top 10 moment to say it. Like, I think throughout the year we should be like, wow, I did that. I booked that contract. Whatever that was for you, I hit that out the park. I secured that new business for the firm. I raised that. I taught that kid how to read. My child is reading. That was me. Those are all things that I think we have to celebrate ourselves for. And the celebration can be as simple as just saying, I did that. I think that that's something we can all be a little better about. And also making sure that we celebrate others and tell them to their face. Give people their roses now. Children, they are out here. Folks is dropping like flies. Why do we say dropping like flies? Do flies die a lot? Like, just fall out the sky? But people are out here transitioning. None of us knows our time. None of us knows it. So we need to just be out here living and doing the best that we can do. And trying to make a change, be a change. That said, what are some things that I want to see happen in the world this year, or that I think are going to happen in the world this year? So I think that these are just predictions, just broadly in the world. I'm keeping hope alive that Venus Williams is going to win a Grand Slam in 2018. Like, I just feel like she has to. She got too close last year, too many times, to not get over the hump. And the fact that she got to 3 finals last year, 2 Grand Slam finals and then the World Tour finals, is like, it wasn't a fluke. It wasn't like, oh, you had a lucky tournament. It's like, you could do it 3 times, and she did it in January, July, and December. So, January, July, and December. So it was like or November. But basically it was, throughout the season, the beginning, middle, and end of the season. It's like, that means that she really was consistent, and so it's like, hopefully she can get over that hump. I think Serena will surprise us. I think she's going to do well this year, though. I think Serena's going to do well. I'm keeping hope alive. People tell me this is foolish, but I want Diana Ross to have one more record. Like, one more good record that is, like, you know when Cher came back out with Believe, and it was, like, everywhere? I want her to have something like that. And I think that she can do it. I think that her and DJ Khaled should work on a song together. And I think the song should be called, like, Encore or Swan Song or Bow or something like that. And I just think that Diana Ross could give us a fierce hook that would just be so, like, litty and different and give us a fierce visual in the video with, like, you know, some looks. Am I tripping? Am I asking for too much? But I think that would be great. So if you know Khaled and you know Diana Ross, y'all can get them in the room together. I think that that would be great. What if she has Beyonce on background vocals? Oh. You know what would be good? Also, because we haven't had one of these in a while, is that she could do something with, like, a bunch of the young girls. And so it's like, but I don't know who else would be on it. You know what I mean? Like, if there were, like, maybe Brandy. I'm trying to think, like, who, like, that would be so interesting as well. If it was, like, you know, like, all the divas, and she was just, like, Respect or something like Legacy. But, yeah, I don't know. Either one. I'm open to either. I think Beyonce gonna put out a record this year. I think she's gonna do that. What else do I think is gonna happen this year? I think that... Do I think Donald Trump is going to stay president? Yes. I don't know, man. I mean, I know what I wish, right? I wish that they all would just leave and we get to do it again. But I don't know. I just think that, like, there's so many people in this world right now who are on board with this foolishness that it is hard for me to understand why it would ever be completely turned around. You know, if that makes sense. Like, I just think that so many people are on board with it, and that's how it got to be in the first place. That, like, this isn't as, I mean, it's obviously outrageous and fucked up and problematic, but it's not as extreme as we, I think, want to convince ourselves. That these people are not maybe as much as outliers as we'd like to think. And I do think that, like, a racist beast has been awakened, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Hopefully we won't be at a world war. I'm not claiming that for this year, but, you know, be ready, I guess. Taylor Swift doesn't get to be a part of this. No, Taylor doesn't. What other little young pop girls do I think could be invited on that? I mean, Ariana, I think. I like Ariana Grande. She's got some issues, but I like her. I think that she could slide in there, but we need a bridge to her, you know, and it's like, it's not Christina Aguilera, because I think Christina, to me, is like, so I feel like Christina Aguilera, Mariah Carey, and Toni Braxton could go on a tour together, and they could call it, like, Make It Like It Was, or, I'm trying to think, but I feel like they are all similar where they are now versus their heyday. I think that they could be on a tour together and they wouldn't be a part of that Diana Ross thing. But what else do I think? What are some things that you all see happening in this year? I think that the Harry wedding is going to be blasé. Harry and Meghan, what's her name? Meghan McCorkle. I mean, I guess we didn't get to talk about that because we were on hiatus when all that happened. You know, I'm happy for them, but whatever. What else do you think is going to happen in the world? You know what's so crazy? So this winter has been so cold, right? Like, the last week in New York City has been, like, so cold. It's been, like, in the single digits. And I don't know the last time we've had a December this cold. But for some reason, I'm not bothered. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I just have had so many other things to worry about that, like, the frivolity of it's not even frivolity, the foolishness of being upset with the weather, because it's not going to change no matter how upset I get with it, has been completely lost on me. Like, I'm just not being a part of that. So I haven't really, it hasn't bothered me, but I've been like taking walks around the block, like just leisurely walks, and it's been like so cold. I don't know if it's because I have a good coat that I like, and I have a hat and gloves and scarves, and I haven't lost any of them yet. I don't know what it is, but I've just really been surprised that like this weather has been kind of, historically it would seem a little unbearable, but I'm just been really comfortable with it. And you know what I think it also is that like the precipitation, knock on wood, hasn't been too bad. So I think I'm the Farmer's Almanac is not me. I don't know what to offer on that, but I think that we are going to have. Hopefully this winter isn't too long, but it's a mother so far. Maybe I'll go skiing, or at least to the ski lodge and put on a nice outfit or something. What else is going to happen? But yeah, so I think that I want Diana Ross to put out another hit. Venus Williams to win a Grand Slam. Serena Williams to make a big splash back on the tour. Beyonce's going to drop a new record. What's going on with the fellas? Everybody's talking about women. What's going on with the fellas? Some more men will be revealed as sex offenders, because that just seems to be what, men are going to do. Men are going to men. What's interesting is everyone's been talking about this Broadway article that's supposedly coming out about all these men in Broadway who have, sexually harassed and just hashtag Me Too, all, people that have been victims of improper sexual contact from these men. I don't think that article is coming, y'all. Like, where is it? Because it's just, I've been hearing about the article for a long time. So I don't know what is going on with that, but we'll see. But yeah, so more people are going to be outed as acting out. Trying to think what else. What else do I think is going to happen in the world? I think that there will be some really really interesting new cocktails on the market. I think that Show Up, if you're around, is going to do some really great things. Show Up NYC, we have some really big things in store. I have some personal goals that I'm really excited about, and some things that I think are going to blow your mind when they come to fruition, and that they're going to come to fruition is something I know is going to happen. But yeah, that's what I think I've got planned for this year. So all that. Now, what do you guys think is going to happen in 2017, 2018? First of all, how long does it take you all to stop writing the wrong year? I feel like it takes me a strong 6 months. I think I'm going to still be writing June 1st, 2017 before I realize that, this year is 2018. But that's tangential. But what are some goals that you all are setting for yourself? One thing I know that I tried not to do when dealing with my resolutions, so to speak, was that I tried to not be overly prescriptive, which I know it kind of flies in the face of all kind of coaching, goal setting and stuff is all about specificity and something that's actionable. But I think what I found in the past is that I get so caught up in the crafting of the resolution that I'm not even remembering why. And so what I actually did this year is there's a few questions I wrote down that I need to be able to answer yes to at the end of the year. And if I can answer yes to all the questions, then the year was what it was supposed to be. And the questions are not, it's not did you win the lotto? But it's, simple things like, were you kind to people at all times? As much as you could be. Were you, questions like that. I feel like that is the kind of year I'm trying to trend towards. It's just a truly transformational year. And so just setting goals that are okay, I will go to the gym every day. I don't know that is truly a transformation. I mean, I could create a new habit, but saying that I will honor my body as important and strong, I feel will be more transformational. And then the damn phone is making all kinds of things. But so that's all of that. 2018, Get Out wins Best Film at the Oscars. And Kirk says it takes him 3 months to remember the year. Get Out. Oh yeah. So who do I think is going to win at the Oscars and the Golden Globes? I I don't know. They didn't. I mean, Get Out at the Oscars. I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for it. Why not? Why not? Sure, let's do it. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can get on the finger cross with that. I can get on the finger cross with that. But I can't say that I know that that is going to be, because the world we live in. Yeah, I caught that little lip smack. The world we live in is the world we live in. Are you guys watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta? I kind of had to let them go. I'll come back for the reunion, because what I did with, and so one thing I was going to say for this year is like, I wonder if Real Housewives is going to keep on going, but I'm not watching. But I realized there's no point in watching the series, because they've dragged out these reunions so long. Like, they've dragged out the reunion so long that, like, literally, you know, it's like a 3 or 4 episode spread that all the highlights are hit in the reunion, and everything you need to know is there. So why not just free up your Sunday and enjoy life, and then, you know, you just give them 3 weeks. It's like Army Reserves, 3 weekends, 3 Sundays, and then you're good to go for the year. They need a cash shakeup. Do they need a cash shakeup, or do they need to just be set free? Do we need any more Real Housewives? 10 years out of our lives, I feel like that's about how long this whole franchise has been around. I don't know. I think I'm ready for a shift, personally. I think that, like, the genre has gotten a little flat for me, but maybe not. Carmen is watching Real Housewives this season, but took last year off and just did the reunion. It's pretty much the same. Or maybe that's what it is. Maybe you just don't need to watch every year. Like, maybe we need to just cycle in and out. Like, okay, let me take a break, and then I'll come back. And so maybe that's what it is. Like, right now I'm just feeling high and mighty. Like, I'm not watching right now. I'm a class act. And then we can come back. So yeah, we got it. I'm not fully caught up. That's how I'm going to spend the rest of my day watching, what is my show? Oh my gosh, 90 Day Fiancé. But I already know it's some good stuff going on with that one. And there's a new show coming out on WeTV that I will be giving energy to, which, Carmen, help me out with the name. Carmen, help me out with the name of that show. It's like Love After Lockdown or something like that. Lockdown After Love. But basically this show is following people who started dating someone while their partner was in prison, and now the partner's been released, and so now they have to, like, figure out life, you know, love after lockdown. I'm so excited about that. Lance passed Kenya on our street yesterday walking her dog. I'd be okay with her joining the Real Housewives of New York. Lockdown, love after lockdown. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought it was. Shout out to Keisha Payton, who's watching. I believe she just got engaged, so that's exciting. Love is in the air. People are getting engaged. So many things are happening. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. So I think that's another prediction. Is I think that's going to be really good. It's from the same producers as 90 Day Fiancé, but it's on We. So it's like, it's a ratchet concept on I just think that's a good fit for the network, and I think it's going to be really funny. So I'm looking forward to that one. That's starting in January. But what are some of you guys' resolutions? So yeah, like, is everybody just trying to get skinny? I'm sure everything falls into, like, trying to get a man, trying to get skinny, trying to get rich. And I think everything, like, stems from that. Does anybody have any resolutions that don't connect to trying to get skinny, trying to get rich, or trying to get a man? And then I guess people also now, you know, folks like to travel. So I'm sure a lot of people have one that's like, I'm trying to get these flights. If it ain't flights, all of that. Well, while y'all let me know what your resolutions are, one thing that I want to talk about that stresses me out and makes me really confused about my life is all of y'all people, and if this isn't you, you know, it's not you, but all of you people who put these posts up that talk about how many friends you're getting rid of in 2018, or that's, you know, it's the end of the year, so that's what the end of year one looks like. But the middle of the year is just like when they smile in your face, but they really just stealing you, you know, trying to steal your life. Or it's just like, first of all, when I read those things, I really start to wonder, like, am I just that naive that I don't realize that all my friends secretly hate me? Because I don't think that, right? Like, I don't think that I'm in a situation where people are, like, my friends don't have my best interest at mind. I think we all, at various points in our lives, have done things that maybe weren't the kindest or the most thoughtful to a person, because we're humans and we make mistakes. But I don't think that, like, my friends, and I know that I'm not actively trying to bring my friends' downfall. So it just makes me wonder when people say that, like, what kind of life do you lead that is what is going on around you, you know? Or is it that you just are, one, just really self-absorbed and making shit about you that's not about you, which I think we all do too much, but I think that's what it is. And, like, maybe you're just not a good judge character then. Like, I don't understand why people doing all this friend purging. Like, what is all of that? What is that? I don't get it. Can y'all help me explain? Like, I just don't get it. Why, yeah. Some people, be productive, not busy. I'm going back to your resolutions now while y'all think on that next point. Be productive and not busy. That's a good one. I like that, Kirk Hudson. Be productive and not busy. Trying to find me in career outside of my marriage. That's a good one too. I don't have a marriage, but I definitely, one of my themes for this year was actually going to be, one, I was thinking about It's My Turn. Then it was going to be Return to Me, which I think it still might be my theme for the year. So that I can empathize with that. Learn the Spanish and self-discipline. In that order, Memphis, or do we want to learn self-discipline and then the Spanish? I kid. Yeah, back to the friend purge. You're just a better judge of character than those people. I mean, I'd like to think I'm a good judge of character, but some of it I think is like, are people just being real? Like, another thing I don't understand is when people, like, the cutting off of people, unless you, like, steal or do something aggressive, do you have to cut people off, or do you just move on? Like, does everything have to be an explicit statement, or can you just sometimes be like, okay, we're done with that, now let me transition into another way of being, or, I don't need to make an announcement, I don't need to put up a whole little graphic with a little image and all that stuff. I don't know. It just makes me wonder. So, good to know that I guess I don't have a lot of these people in the mix who are having the same, who are having to purge and all of that stuff. So, yeah, it's just a little weird thing. Had me thinking. But, yeah, I'm so glad to be back here with you guys. This was really fun. I'm really excited about what we're going to be doing together. We're here Mondays and Fridays. I'm really excited about the year. Honestly, just cut people off in the moment that they do you wrong while we wait for a new year. Yeah, that's true. We definitely don't need to wait for a new year to do anything, Kirk Hudson. And, but the new year is an opportunity for that. So I'm excited about that. What I didn't talk about with you guys, what am I excited about in this year? So I told you about some things that I think are going to happen. I told you we spoke about Mariah Carey's performance. Spoke about things I wanted to. I didn't say so yeah, this year for me is all about just being present and being positive and being a light and doing what I was sent here to do. Like getting out of my own way and getting out of the foolishness. I'm really trying to cut down on the foolishness and just do what I was saying to do. Now, some of what I was saying to do is foolishness, and it's a key. And I'm fine with that, but just like really connecting to purpose and living a purpose-filled life. So that's what I'm really excited about this year. I'm excited about going on that journey with you all Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. and in these streets and at all the different events that show up and all the different things we'll be working on. And that's what I'm looking forward to. And I'm just looking forward to, I think there's going to be some good music that comes out this year. I think that'll be great. I want to see more concerts, good artists live, experience more art. I want to get more art on these walls. And so that's what I got for today. This was fun. As I said, we have a lot in store this season. We're going to have guests. We're going to have the Diva Tournament, which is going to be interactive and a lot of fun. We're going to have great conversation. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really, really, really excited about this. I think the studio in here is brighter, it's more colorful and cheerful. And I'm just looking forward to all of that. I thank you all for joining. If you joined us late, you can always catch this on demand. It is available on the interwebs for replay whenever you'd like, as many times as you'd like. And I just want to remind each and every one of you that life for me ain't been no crystal stair, honey. It's been rhinestones. But I keep climbing, and I encourage you to do the same. Choose joy and live this life as if it is the only one you have. Because guess what? It is. Alrighty.